What's going on, fellow A-Plusers? It is I, your host, as always, Adam Perez, coming through once again with a brand new episode of A-Plus Hero Report, your weekly stop for your Marvel, DC, television, and movie news right here over on our YouTube page, going live over on YouTube, as well as Facebook and our Twitch account, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for a little bit of a midweek special edition, doing something a little bit different here this week, changing it up since we didn't have a live episode of A-Plus Hero Report this past Sunday. I decided to go ahead and give you guys at least something. So I thought we'd go ahead and give this a shot this week in regards to a midweek show and then also an end of the week show. So we do have plans on still also dropping an episode this upcoming Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time for you guys on noon. So certainly go ahead and look out for that. But just want to do something a little bit different, see if my boys were available to go ahead and talk today, discuss some topics that might have already dropped this week, some quick honorable mentions for you guys. Also, shout out to Adam along with Nicole in the house. I believe Gabriel's up here also, man, and Michael. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, Dattila. Wow, we got a lot of people joining us in the live chat today. So I always appreciate it. Listen, usually, I know you guys are used to on Sundays us doing a live viewer questions. We're not going to do live viewer questions, at least for the midweek stuff. Today's just an experiment. We're just playing around, having some fun here. So I will hold off on live viewer questions on Sunday's show. So we'll definitely go ahead and get to that. But listen, your comments and thoughts are certainly always valued around here. As always, these are just simply our A-plus opinions, but we always want to go ahead and know yours. So as we go through today's topics, if you have any thoughts, feel free to let your thoughts be known in the live chat. Or the comment section box below after the video has in fact streamed. But it's not just myself today. Oh no, we are in fact joined by the original OG himself, good old Indy Uchiha. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Little midweek special, buddy. How's it going, man?
Yeah. I got to change my name too. They told me to change my name to Green Bay Uchiha. I don't know why.
Green Bay. Oh, see, you moved out. Now they don't want you representing Indiana anymore. That's what I was saying, man. I was like, you're gonna have to change your name.
Nah, never that. I still got my season tickets to the Colts, and they got Matt Ryan, so I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, there's hope now. There's even more hope this time around. I love it, man. I love it. Well, it's good to have you here, bro, as always, man. Stuart unfortunately couldn't make it with us today. You know, we all got work. We got real life. Things happen. So, but he definitely will be planning to join us this Sunday. So certainly look forward to that. But Indy, I know this is a midweek. I usually don't ask, hey, you got any honorable mentions on a Wednesday? Do you have anything that might have dropped today or this week that you've seen so far that's interested you that you want to bring to people's attention?
Two things are really interesting to me right now. One, the critic reviews for Morbius.
I haven't looked at them yet.
I think you post the article too. Is not looking too good. But not looking good at all. But we'll see what's gonna happen. And my big thing for you Marvel comic heads out there, Game Pass Ultimate has another perk. Microsoft is doing the dang thing. If you never had, or if you want to use a new email that you never had one of the Marvel comic subscriptions, you know, for the online books that we love to read, Adam.
Yeah.
If you're a Game Pass Ultimate member, you're getting 3 months free.
Very nice.
For the Marvel Comics joint. I thought that was a big deal, especially with Spider-Man No Way Home coming, you know what I'm saying, digital. You know, we got other movies right around the corner. There's some big Marvel comic books that are running right now that are incredible. So if you guys got Game Pass Ultimate, if you're Xbox fans, make sure you check into that if you're comic heads.
Nice. I love it, bro. I love it. You know, it's been a minute since I've actually went to the comic book store and actually picked up some comics, man. I actually did go ahead and this past week, I actually did go to the comic book store on, I think it was, when did I go? Sunday, I believe. Didn't pick up any comics, just kind of scoped out to see what they had. But I did go ahead and pick up a canvas print of a Darth Vader that I plan on putting up on my back wall here within the next couple of days. So I am excited for that.
What, Darth Vader? No Kylo Ren love? You didn't get a print of Kylo Ren?
You know, actually for Christmas, my parents wind up, or maybe it was my aunt. I think she wind up getting me a Kylo Ren helmet that you can like put onto your wall, so it looks like he's like breaking through the wall. But the cracks that you got to put on the wall, like as the background design, they wouldn't stick to the wall at all. So it was just I was like, I can't do anything with this thing, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put up the Kylo Ren mask at some point in time. But yeah, more decorations to certainly come when it comes to the office. But thanks for the honorable mention, man. Also, I thought you were going to go ahead and talk about. I think they just dropped this, and we posted up on the Facebook page that Netflix is dropping a One Piece movie. I think it's called One Piece Z or something like that. I don't know. Did you get a chance to check it out, Indy, or hear the news?
Yeah, we had just queued that up too. We talked about that on the episode of Anime Assembled that we recorded earlier this week
for this Saturday.
Yeah, for this Saturday.
Yeah,
for this Saturday. It's going to be pretty amazing. Netflix is getting heavy on into the anime game, especially with the fact of the Crunchyroll Funimation merger, where everything's going over to Crunchyroll. Mm-hmm. So just the fact that it's they announced that One Piece Film Z is going to hit their streaming catalog is really dope. I think it's like the 12th One Piece movie. So
they got over 1,000 episodes, so I can believe it.
Yeah, and with the hack and all the new anime episodes being pushed back because of the hack that happened a little bit earlier. I think it was last month, or was it earlier this month? I forget. I just know it was a hack that happened and it pushed everything back, even the Dragon Ball Super movie.
Yeah, I did hear that. Definitely right now.
Netflix announcing that it's a good thing for anime heads, to something to look forward to, as we don't know where we're sitting at right now in this crazy world of anime.
Yeah, man, guys, if you are big anime fans, big anime heads, you got to check out Anime Assembled that we have here every Saturday morning for you guys. It's amazing stuff, guys. So if you go ahead and check it out, Indy will definitely be talking about the One Piece movie in further detail. My quick honorable mention here, earlier on this afternoon, Indy, I don't know if you caught this or not. Stranger Things season 4 is around the corner, man. The first part, I believe, is dropping here in a couple months, but Stranger Things season 4 just dropped brand new photos for us to go ahead and take a look at, to finally see the cast and everybody back together again. And I gotta say, Indy, like, while I love these photos and they scream very much diving back into the realm of horror once again, it's pretty crazy to see how quickly these kids have actually grown over the years, man. I guess it's been a while since season 1 of Stranger Things actually dropped, but getting to see exactly how much everybody has aged is pretty incredible to see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to figure out why everybody has bangs.
What is it is this still the 80s? This is still the 80s, right?
Yeah, that's late 80s. Yeah, it's just weird to me that everybody, like every character, has bangs. I was like, did we really live through an era where that was like the look?
It definitely was, bro. Especially the flat top that they've got going on over here. But yeah, man, some great images. We'll go ahead and go through some of these for you if you haven't had the opportunity to check them out yet. But I'm really looking forward to it, man. They've got a ton of characters that are certainly getting some spotlight. I felt like even in the last season, they bolstered their cast tremendously. But I think even this time around, we're getting even more brand new characters to kind of juggle. So I am a little bit worried about that, but I feel like the runners have handled a big sort of ensemble cast pretty well so far, 4 seasons in.
Yeah, I think they're doing pretty well with that. It's one of the series I look forward to. There's very few series that we salivate after, what I'm saying, waiting for them to come out. So I'm looking really much forward to this, especially since now we know there is no season 2 of Scarlet Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Oh, WandaVision, yeah. So you definitely have.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I totally messed that up. Then I was like, Vision and Scarlet Witch. I was like, what did they call that?
But yeah, man. Stranger Things season 4 will be here before you know it, and then of course, again, it's actually going to be broken down into 2 parts. So a lot to definitely look forward to. All right, I think other than that, honorable mention wise, I think that'll certainly go ahead and wrap that up for us. So Indy, let's go ahead and dive into some topics this week, man. Let's see what's happened in the week so far. It's pretty crazy to actually sit down with you and talk in the middle of the week about what's happened. Have we done one of these before?
No, not for a hero report. I think we've done it with like news. Like news that was just too important to wait on.
Oh, but yeah, like just dropping a quick video.
Yeah, this is interesting because me, Wednesdays are my day. That's when I do everything.
But let's go ahead and get into our main topics, man. One of the bigger topics that wind up dropping, and guys, if you guys are curious, all the topics that we're talking about today, if you're not following us on our Facebook page, please go ahead and do so. We post all this information over on Facebook, along with trailers, posters, memes, etc., for you guys to be caught up during the entirety of the week, and we go ahead and pull some of these topics to discuss. So let's go ahead and get into the first one. As you guys know, we've been talking about this over the past several weeks here, in regards to the idea of the Wednesday Addams Netflix series. We got Jenna Ortega that's going to be playing in the lead role, and it's going to be produced and I believe written also by Tim Burton. So I am really excited for this. We continue to keep you guys updated in regards to any news that winds up dropping, but this is probably the biggest news that we've gotten so far, considering the fact that I grew up as a big Addams Family fan, especially with their first two films that they wind up dropping. I had the biggest crush on Christina Ricci, certainly growing up as a kid. And so to get this piece of news that we wind up getting this week, I thought was pretty fantastic for the series itself. But it seems as though the original Wednesday Addams herself, Christina Ricci, is in fact going to be joining the Netflix's series Wednesday, as she winds up returning to the Addams Family universe. I'm really pumped for this, Indy. There's really no words yet as to which character she's certainly going to play, but this does say, this is an exclusive report from Deadline, that this is the new Addams Family fans have been hoping for since the new Netflix series Wednesday was announced. Christina Ricci, the actor most associated with the title character, will be a major part of the live action show from Tim Burton. Ricci, who starred as Wednesday Addams in the directed 1990s Addams Family feature franchise, is a series regular in Wednesday, which is headlined by Jenna Ortega in the title role. It says details about Ricci's role are being kept under wraps to protect the surprise for fans, but I can reveal that she plays a new character and not an older version of Wednesday. So she is playing a brand new character. It does say, I hear Ricci was brought in following Thora Birch's exit amid production. Ricci is playing a new character who is similar to the one originally played by Thora Birch and will replace it on the show. So I guess once Thora Birch left the show, so did her character. They wind up introducing a new character, and that's who Christina Ricci is going to be playing. It says she's quietly been working on the series for weeks, and they just wrapped up, or it is at least slated to wrap up in Romania at the end of the month. So, yeah, I'm really excited to kind of see what role they are going to be having her in. I guess for me, the first thing, for some weird, strange reason, Indy, when I think about this, they already have their Morticia Addams already cast, right? So it's not like Christina Ricci can come back as like Wednesday Addams' mom. I think that would actually been pretty interesting, but I don't know if Christina Ricci fits that bill. But anyway, she's already cast. So if anything, if I had to think of anything, I would say maybe the principal, maybe one of her like main teachers or something like that, within the university or whatever school that she certainly might be attending, or wherever she's certainly going. So I got to think maybe like a principal or like a head teacher for Wednesday, especially if she's going to be a series regular. She definitely is going to be having a significant role in the series. So I don't know, but I think this is a perfect role for her. It'll be really great to honestly have her back in here. I think just her style of acting fits this universe perfectly. So it should be fun to kind of see her get her hands wet when it comes to the Addams Family universe once again. But what do you think about this news, Indy? Are you excited to see Christina Ricci back?
Bro, I'm gonna watch her in anything she does.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. I will watch her give a dog a bath. Anything she wants to do, I'm good with. But with this, I'm really happy to see that she's attached to this, because she was the iconic person other than Christopher Lloyd to me. You know what I'm saying? That I remember from the Addams Family. To the point where their version took over, you know what I'm saying, like the original TV version for me. You know what I'm saying? Raul Julia, Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd, like, man, they were an iconic presence, you know, in a couple of movies that they did. And I really enjoyed them. And it was cool connecting with, you know what I'm saying, my younger siblings, showing them something that I came into and something that I grew up on watching with my parents. So I was 110% for that. Her coming back to play any role. The one thing I want her to be is, and this might be being a little bit selfish, I want her to be the foe for Wednesday Addams.
I like it. I like it.
That's what I want. Whatever role she's playing, with, like you said, a teacher, a principal, or something like that. I want it to be somebody who doesn't like Wednesday, and wants
that gives her that
Wednesday to
pushback.
fail. Yeah, and I think that would just be a cool type of dichotomy to go back and forth with it was, because she's played that character before and she knows the nuances of that character, and for her to be able to pick at, what I'm saying, that different stuff would be really cool to me.
Yeah, no, I really do dig that idea. I certainly would play great against Jenna Ortega as a foil. And I gotta think, just as an actor for Jenna Ortega, that's got to be pretty cool to kind of see somebody that you've been portraying actually find their way to make their way into the series that you're doing. I would think maybe as an actress, that's got to be great, not only just to clearly meet somebody that you've probably idolized or at least looked up to, but also to kind of be able to pick the brain of Christina Ricci herself, right? Like in regards to how did you tackle this particular character before? Now, granted, Wednesday is a completely different character now, since she certainly has grown up since then. But I think I got to think it's got to be valuable for Jenna to be able to have Christina Ricci close by her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely dig that. I really can't wait to see what this is going to do, because Christina Ricci being cast in this show makes me want to watch it. Before I was like, yeah, it's something I can binge when I'm done watching the important stuff. Now this is becoming something important to watch for me. So that was a very smart move in grabbing her. Losing somebody and replacing them is normally hard. But when you replace them with somebody who played the iconic character, it kind of like just makes you forget about all the badness that has happened behind the scenes with this show.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. I think for me, what definitely hooked me was the idea of Tim Burton certainly coming back. I just felt like his fingerprints, like he understands this world so incredibly well, and I think somebody of his talents can really just continue to bring it to life. So when you're telling me that somebody like Tim Burton, like the originator, if you will, of what Addams Family certainly looks like on the big screen, and just that vision in general. I love the idea of him returning to tackle a character like Wednesday. So the idea of having a talented actress like Jenna Ortega and even Christina Ricci is just icing on the cake for me. But yeah, anything Christina Ricci's in, I definitely agree with you, Indy. I'll certainly go ahead and check out. But guys, let us know your thoughts. Christina Ricci coming back to the Wednesday Netflix series. We'll definitely go ahead and let you guys know more information once this series winds up dropping. But we want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about Ricci certainly coming back to the Wednesday series? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think this is a perfect position for her to be in? Definitely go ahead and let us know your thoughts. All right, Indy. I think with that, we've got 3 more topics that we're going to go ahead and talk with you guys about. But let's go ahead and transition over to some DC talk, because I felt like when it comes to the CW and just DC television in general, we've got some news that we definitely got to talk about, Indy, for sure. First up, the CW, as you guys know, pilot season is almost upon us. The CW has decided to pick up, or at least pick up a pilot order for the upcoming series Gotham Knights. Now the Arrowverse is always changing, to certainly say the least. It always feels like every season we almost have like a brand new show that's going to be dropping as a part of the Arrowverse in some way, shape, or form. And this time around, they're really trying to push forward with this Gotham Knights series that they're supposed to be doing here. But this past week, earlier this week, I should say, we actually wind up getting some more casting announcements in regards to it. I believe over on Hero Report a couple weeks ago, we were just talking about the idea, I believe, of Carrie Kelly's Robin, or at least the Carrie Kelly character, being introduced when it comes to Gotham Knights. So they're truly taking liberties in regards to fully fleshing out their own story when it comes to Gotham Knights. So it should be interesting to see what they wind up doing with this series. But one of the casting announcements, Indy, especially as you as a big Supernatural fan, I'm sure probably caught your eye this week, as it seems as though we officially have our Harvey Dent cast for Gotham Knights, and it's none other than Supernatural alum Misha Collins himself. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I was actually really surprised about this one, but actually getting the opportunity to see Misha Collins, to be honest with you, Indy, I can see it, man. I think he could pull off an incredible Harvey Dent. Now, while I certainly didn't finish all of Supernatural. Trust me when I say there's plenty of catching up I certainly had to do. I wind up falling off literally the season after he had already appeared. So I've been able to see what he's been able to do on Supernatural, at least. I absolutely loved him in that particular role. I know he was a huge fan favorite, but how excited are you to have Misha Collins as a part of this Gotham Knights series? Has it excited you to pique your interest in checking this series out or not?
My interest already peaked to actually checking the series out because I wanted to see what they were going to do as far as adapting the lore into making this as a series when, of course, there's other series that haven't been renewed yet that already deal with certain characters, which I have my ideas on that. I have a feeling that it's one of them things where character just merges into a different show. You know, I'm thinking that's where that's going to go. But man, best casting ever for a TV Harvey Dent. Misha Collins is an incredible actor. Similar to you know what I'm saying, one of those people that we love dearly on The Flash. That has to play multiple roles.
Good old Tom Cavanaugh.
Good old Tom Cavanaugh. Misha Collins is of that type of level when it comes to acting.
The man of a million faces?
Yes. There's times when Tom Cavanaugh carries a season by itself.
Absolutely.
And so Misha has done that. There's been some horrible seasons of Supernatural, and Misha Collins has carried the entire season by himself. And he's somebody where if this is if Two-Face is going to be a foe or a main villain on the show, yeah, give this man the reins and let him do what he does.
I love it, man. I love it. Let's. I do want to go ahead and dive in real quick, even further to this article here. But this was actually from Variety that reported this, saying that Supernatural alum who played the trench coat wearing Angel Castiel on the long running CW series has been cast in the upcoming pilot. It says he will play District Attorney Harvey Dent in this project, which is based off of the DC Comics character. He is eventually turns out to be Two-Face. It says per the official description of the character, dashing with a swagger, Harvey Dent is Gotham's charismatic, hard-charging district attorney with a rigid sense of right and wrong. Harvey's idealism and single-minded quest for justice will ironically and tragically transform him into one of Gotham's most feared supervillains, Two-Face. He also says, I believe this is what Collins tweeted. He says, I've asked if my version of the character could be wearing a beige trench coat over the gray suit. He says, I'm just not sure I'll be comfortable in front of the camera without one. Talking about all the years he spent over on Supernatural. But yeah, guys, it should be pretty fun. So yeah, it seems as though he's definitely going to be playing Harvey Dent. The character description definitely seems as though we're probably going to see him, I'm at least assuming at first, very much in his district attorney role before he eventually transforms into Two-Face. We'll see exactly how long that winds up taking. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Indy, here when it comes to Misha Collins. I'd never really considered Misha Collins for Two-Face role before, but once this actually got brought to my attention, I just thought to myself, I can see him playing that role, and not necessarily just a Two-Face role per se, but definitely the Harvey Dent role. I think he could definitely bring that energy and that charismaticness. I mean, look at that handsome smile. I mean, look at that little handsome smirk of his already on the article photo. So yeah, I think he's going to be great as the district attorney of Gotham, and it should be interesting to see what his journey and path is going to be to getting to becoming that Two-Face character. So does this excite you anymore, Indy, in regards to Gotham Knights? Or are you still very much on the fence?
I'm on the fence because of how Batwoman ended. We're going to get into that tomorrow, guys. But I really want to see what they're trying to do with this. There's a lot of Bat stuff going on right now, and I want to see how all of it's going to level out. This, for me, just like the Wednesday casting, this almost makes this Gotham Knights a must watch for me. I'm that much of a Misha Collins fan that I will look and see what episodes he's going to be in, and it will make me watch those. It might not make me watch the whole series, but it'll make me watch those episodes where he's featured, or he's going to be a regular role on. So if it's something where it's just like a one-off, maybe it's an episode where he becomes Two-Face and then, you know what I'm saying, then he's gone. Nah, I want the slow build from Harvey Dent turning into Two-Face, and you'll have me for an entire season.
I do wonder, with his announcement here, I do wonder how big of a role he plays. I mean, we have had previous casting before him in regards to the three other, I believe, youths of the show itself. So I got to think that if they're willing to make an announcement for him, that hopefully he'll have a significant role, if anything else. But we'll definitely see how it comes along, man. I am interested in it. But I kind of agree with you that there is a lot of Gotham stuff that's out there. And considering the fact that this is also coming from the writers of Batwoman 2, it kind of makes me wonder, especially with the theme of this series, the idea of, Bruce Wayne being murdered sort of thing. I wonder if because of the fact that they got away with a Bruce Wayne story of he's mysteriously disappeared or he's missing sort of thing, that kind of gave them a lot of liberties to play around with the Batwoman story, if you will. And I wonder if it worked well enough for them where they're like, you know what, let's do a take two or something, like let's try this story again without keeping Bruce Wayne around. You know what I mean? Like let's try and find a way of not having Batman on TV and just kind of play around with the Bat family again. So I do wonder if they've gotten tired and bored of what they're writing on Batwoman and just want to try something new here, because the concept, the idea of writing Bruce Wayne completely off opened up more possibilities for them. But I don't know. I haven't seen how Batwoman has ended this season. But go ahead, talk about it. I mean, how did Batwoman end this season?
With possibly introducing other villains. It was okay. An ending where the show needs to be picked up. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. Probably had one of the best television depictions of a Joker, of a character evolving into a Joker-like character ever. You know what I'm saying? From seeing it as far as TV base goes. And with her brother being cured all of a sudden, it's like you just took one of the best things you had on the board off. Alice is technically no longer evil. It's like, where do you go with the next villain? So I don't know if it's something where, and Javissa Leslie's been killing it in her role.
Yeah, I've been hearing great things.
But I'm wondering if it's something where these shows merge at you know what I'm saying, some point in time, and Batwoman becomes, you know what I'm saying, one of the Gotham Knights. It's a possibility, but this to me feels like a play on them wanting to do the Court of Owls before the movie does the Court of Owls. Like before somebody decides we're going to write a Batman movie about the Court of Owls, because Gotham Knights is something to me, as far as the storyline goes, from what I remember reading, dealt with, Batman might have been dead, but he's really like abducted by like the Court of Owls. So I'm wondering if that's the route they're taking, because I've seen DC TV before rush to do something before the movie's got a hold of it, and it's Deathstroke. You know what I'm saying?
Squad. Yeah,
dead shot. You know, and different things like that. So let's see what they got. They've been doing fair enough with a lot of stuff. Even the Flash being renewed for another season takes it past, you know what I'm saying? Now it's the longest running CW show. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do and how they do this. Did they renew Stargirl?
Well, we'll get into the renewals here in just a second, because I do want to stick on the Batwoman thing. I am curious if since they are just really in the pilot order right now, they really have to kind of see how this is all even going to play out to see if they even pick it up as a series to begin with, right? So I do wonder if they're waiting to see how the pilot situation plays out before we wind up getting ourselves a renewal for a Batwoman season 4. I am kind of worried about it because of the fact that they haven't renewed it, but I am curious as to what's holding it up. So I do wonder if maybe if the pilot is successful at Gotham Knights, maybe I don't know if they're going to outright cancel it. I do wonder if they do decide to renew it, if it'll be like Batwoman's final season or something like that, if they give them one more season to properly flesh itself out, especially if the way that you mentioned season 3 sort of ended. So I would hope, if anything, they will either still renew Batwoman for season 4 and either give it a final season if the pilot is picked up, or they just continue along with Batwoman if it's not successful. I just don't want to see it ended just kind of like on a massive cliffhanger with like no story left. And not to say there's no story left to be told, but just unanswered questions, you know?
Man, it's like everybody on Batwoman who's evil is turning good. She knows who her mom was. This person is here. This person
it's
there.
like wrapping up. It's wrapping up already.
Yeah, it's like bring back Wildest Day, and you know what I'm saying, wrap that whole story up with her coming back. You know,
maybe it's
a lot of story that they can tell. It's just if they want to tell it, because a lot of these shows now feel like the shelf life is going to be light. It's kind of like, I don't think every show can have the run that the Flash, Arrow, Legends, you know what I'm saying, they're still having. I think they have a problem reinventing themselves. Legends does it the best, but those actors are getting older, and as you see, they're starting to drop off one by one. But maybe they'll throw Batwoman on the Wave Rider and be like, let's go. I don't know.
I've always looked at Legends of Tomorrow as like the leftover squad. Like everybody that's like, your time on the main shows have come to an end. You know, this is your farewell voyage. Here, go. Let's put you on Legends of Tomorrow, so you can hang out with everybody else. That's kind of, I've always kind of looked at it, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens, man. I think this is going to be a really interesting story to see how it develops when it comes to Batwoman, along with the picking up here of the pilot for Gotham Knights. We'll see if we ever get to see this show come to the light of day, but we'll definitely go ahead and keep you guys posted. But yeah, Supernatural's Misha Collins officially cast as Harvey Dent. Are you excited for this casting? Do you think it's perfect casting? Has this increased your excitement level for Gotham Knights? Or are you still kind of on the fence like some of us? Go ahead and certainly let me know your guys' thoughts in the live chat or the comment section box below. And with that, Indy, I think we'll probably just jump right into the topic you had brought up a second ago. Renewals for the CW are certainly here, as we're kind of getting an outlook already in regards to what we can expect maybe this upcoming fall. I know it is just March right now. We are entering springtime. There are certainly some shows that are continuing on right now, some that are certainly haven't dropped. They're certainly waiting till later on in the spring and summertime. I believe that's for Stargirl, which hasn't dropped their third season as of yet, so we're certainly still awaiting that. But there are definitely some CW, DC television shows that are certainly still running. And this week, the CW announced some renewals, not all. So let's go ahead and dive into this, Indy, and see if we can pick the brain of CW in regards to why some things are getting picked up, why some things haven't been announced. Let's go ahead and dive into this real quick here. What do we got? So this is from Deadline.com, letting us know that the CW renews 7 series: The Flash, Kung Fu, All-American, Nancy Drew, Superman and Lois, Walker, and Riverdale. So yeah, it says the network handed early renewals to a large portion of its scripted schedules, including The Flash. So all those shows that we just mentioned were renewed. Traditionally, the youth skewing network hands out early renewals, sometimes as early as January, to the majority of its slate, which usually is pretty good for their owners. However, this year, the broadcaster's future is up in the air, with the local affiliate group Nexstar circling. And Deadline understands that a new majority owner likely would have some say in some of its renewal decisions. Because I believe we talked about this, or one of the stories came up a couple of weeks ago on APlus Hero Report, the idea that I believe the CW is being thrown out there for somebody to possibly purchase it, if I'm not mistaken. So the CW might have brand new majority owners, as Deadline is reporting. So they might have some say on what shows can come back and won't. So I think the idea of the CW trying to get ahead of some of that gives us a little bit of better outlook. It says a renewal of the flagship series for the Flash for the 9th series, making it the longest running Arrowverse series, taking it over the mantle from Arrow, which ended after 8 seasons. Was paved earlier this year with the news that Grant Gustin was in talks for a new deal, but there's still no word as to whether or not there's going to be anything after season 9. Some of the other renewals, All American was expected to return for season 5, and Superman and Lois, along with Walker, were good for their 3rd season. So we can definitely expect them back. Riverdale expect to return for a 7th season. Kung Fu, it said launched its 2nd season earlier this month and is now coming back for a 3rd season. So it's already gotten its renewal. And I believe that dropped around the same time that Naomi did. So that's interesting to me. Nancy Drew, however, was thought to be slightly more on the bubble and will also return for a 4th season. So it made a cut. So the fact that there was a bubble does kind of worry me here, Indy. So let's go ahead and dive into this. It says there are 2 other tranches of shows that the network still has to make renewal decisions on. These are expected to come over the next month and so ahead of the upfronts in May. So we got the 4400, which launched in October, Naomi, which premiered in January, and All American Homecoming, which started last month. We'll all be hoping for 2nd season. So a Naomi season 2 is not even promised to us, believe it or not. And I think that really goes to show the shakeup of what's probably really happening. I mean, the fact that they literally brought in Ava DuVernay, Indy, to go ahead and help executive produce and help put this show together, and it may not even get its 2nd season. It's on the bubble. I think really shows the shakeup that's happening. There are also question marks about the future of Legends of Tomorrow, which is in its 7th season, Dynasty in its 5th, Charmed and Legacy on their 4th, and Batwoman, which is currently in its 3rd. And it said that Stargirl's 3rd season has yet to premiere. So I do think that there's probably some time for that to be announced. But the chairman of CW Network said, as we prepare for the next season, these scripted series, along with the alternative series we renewed earlier, will serve as a start of a solid foundation, utilizing some of the most watched series for us to build on for the next year and beyond. These dramas are also important to an overall digital strategy, as they are some of our most streamed and socially engaging programming, and we look forward to adding more new and returning series to help strengthen and expand our multi-platform footprint. So, Indy, I gotta throw this to you first, man. What are your thoughts in regards to the idea of some of these shows being renewed and some of the others are not? Is there anything that you're worried about that hasn't been renewed yet?
I don't think the 4400 is going to make it, and I feel bad for that because you know what I'm saying. Our boy from Green Island Canaries was starring in that show, and I would really like for him to be able to.
Which guy? Who are you talking about?
John's adopted son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's starring in that show, and I would like to see him have some type of success. Naomi scares me because Naomi, although it's a slow burn, is really well written and acted. And at times, shows like that, depending on when they drop, I honestly believe it was a bad time for that show to come out when it came out. That maybe it was something better staked for the summer than you know what I'm saying than anything.
Let's get like a double block, Stargirl, Naomi, and summertime.
Yeah, like that. Have them, you know what I'm saying, come up with each other, and maybe that would have been a little bit better because you don't have what they had before. You don't have Supernatural and Arrow leading off everything. The Flash and Legacies can't front every show, you know what I'm saying, on there in order to get people to watch it. So they don't have as many shows as they used to have. 'Cause remember a couple of years ago where it seemed like you had one of the classic, like one of the shows you wanted to watch and the new show coming on right after it. Like every day. They had one for every single day, and they don't have that anymore. And I think some of these shows are suffering because of that. Batwoman, I feel will get renewed, at least even if it's for a final season. I believe Flash is going to be done season 9 or season 10. So I don't know if they're going to come back and announce that the 9th season is the final season, because for some reason I just feel like they're going to end the story at season 10. Legends of Tomorrow can do whatever the hell they want to do, because at this point, they're literally doing whatever the hell they want to do. It doesn't matter if they end it or not. Like if it's there, it'll be entertaining. If it's not something that, you know what I'm saying, I need to watch. Katie Lotz and them can move on to do, you know what I'm saying, their other endeavors and everything like that. I would love to see Katie Lotz in actually theatrical films. Like, you know what I'm saying, even if it's just like a side character or, you know what I'm saying, a co-star or something like that. I like to see her step her game up a little bit. But it's surprising me that a lot of this stuff hasn't been renewed. But again, this is early renew. They could turn around after Stargirl and everything air because they don't start filming until later anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, these shows are getting renewed too. But with the sale of WB, which pisses me off because right when I got DirecTV Stream, which is also a Warner owned, you know what I'm saying, company, and the CW went up for sale, they took the CW off, you know what I'm saying, of the platform. I ended up having to buy YouTube TV in order to, you know what I'm saying, be able to watch that. The only reason I have cable is to watch the CW. That's the only reason. Because they decided to not make it a local station anymore. So I'm curious in seeing what's going to happen. To be totally honest with you, I would love for Amazon to buy the CW.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just so it just slides right into my Prime membership that comes out my bank account every month for I don't know how long. I paid them so much money and don't even, you know, I've lost so much money to Amazon. It doesn't make any sense. So at least they got the CW. I feel like I'd be paying for something that I use. But I don't know. They can end up right where they at. They can end up being bought up, like you said, by another network. See, that we just have to see what happens. As long as they don't go on some oddball thing like Voodoo or something like that I have to pay again to watch, I'll be good with it.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what CW does turn into. I think for me, my biggest worry is I definitely do think that this merger and whoever does purchase it, I definitely do think we'll have a lot of say in regards to what television shows or what shows get renewed or not. And who knows? I mean, they may have a completely different direction that they want to see the CW even kind of go into. So I am hoping that if anything, I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into another situation, Indy, where Marvel like decided to take all their lower tier television shows, you know, that were on cable television and things like that, and completely eliminate them to then just have their shows on Disney Plus, and then like all the MCU stuff just connected and sort of produced there. Like I would be curious if this is a case of, hey, after Flash season 10, this Arrowverse just in general is just like non-existent, and then they just start creating brand new Warner or DC content strictly just for HBO Max. So I do wonder if there is a countdown to not only the CW but also Arrowverse in general when it comes to that, and maybe some of these shows get lucky enough to get moved over to HBO Max. You know what I mean?
Maybe this Flash movie is more important than what we really think it is. Maybe they're like waiting on the Flash movie to just reset everything so they could be like, hey, Stargirl and Naomi were never on the CW. They were on HBO Max.
I mean, you never know, man. You never know. That's a possibility. But let us know your guys' thoughts. I am a little bit worried about Batwoman season 4, but I kind of agree with you, Indy. I think if anything, I think especially the way you mentioned it, that season 3 felt like it opened the door to still introduce other people. I do think that there might be a case of we haven't heard anything because of Gotham Knights. So I do think regardless, we might get a season 4, but I'm curious if they're going to announce it as a final season and allow them to at least wrap up a storyline. So we'll see, and we'll keep you guys posted.
Not just that. They ended their season, it felt like early. Like that Batwoman season flew past.
How many episodes were there? 15?
I don't remember. I think 10, 11. I don't think it was that much. I think it was a short season.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then you with all the Gotham Knights talk, Batgirl talk, the Batman, you know what I'm saying, in theaters, how much more bat stuff they need to hit us with? They can just tell us later, you know what I'm saying, in the summer, hey, Batwoman got renewed for season 4. And I don't think it's gonna be a big hoopla about it. I think a lot of people will be happy because of those actors on that show do an amazing job. But there is a lot of bat stuff going around. So why like cloud the space with more bat stuff?
I get you. But yeah, guys, go ahead and certainly let us know your thoughts in regards to this. Did the CW renew a show that you watch on a regular basis? Is there anything that is on the bubble that you're worried might not get renewed? Go ahead and certainly let us know your thoughts in the live chat or the comment section box below, and we'll definitely go ahead and continue this discussion throughout the remainder of the week. And we got one more topic for you guys, Indy, to go ahead and wrap up our midweek edition of APlus Hero Report here in the world of family. That's right, guys. Fast and the Furious is back in the news today as we got more casting announcements. As I got to tell you, man, I feel like almost every celebrity is in this upcoming movie. I mean, if I thought if I thought Doctor Strange had a bunch of cameos and characters in here, Fast and the Furious might blow it out of the water here. But we wind up getting ourselves a brand new casting announcement here this week as one of the breakout stars in the recent James Gunn-led The Suicide Squad movie seems to be joining the Fast and the franchise or Fast and the Furious franchise. And I'm actually pumped to really go ahead and dive into this, Indy. Let's go ahead and bring this up here and share everybody with the world. Miss Danielle Melchior, I'm assuming that's how her name is pronounced. But it says this is from The Wrap, an exclusive report saying that the Suicide Squad breakout Daniela Melchior is in talks to join Fast and the Furious episode number 10, movie number 10. This actually, for those of you who are curious, is Ratcatcher number 2 from the Suicide Squad movie. But it says Vin Diesel and the director Justin Lin will return for the 10th film in the action franchise. I believe this might be the last one, or they may split both of these films up to a 10 and 11, but we'll definitely see. But the article says Portuguese actress Daniela Melchior, who broke out playing Ratcatcher 2 in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, is in talks to join the cast of the 10th Fast and the Furious movie alongside Vin Diesel. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Plot details for Fast 10 are still being kept under wraps, as are any character details. Melchior joining the new cast member Jason Momoa, who could reportedly star as one of the film's villains in the action franchise. Diesel is set to return to the franchise along with Michelle Rodriguez, Tyler Gibson, Ludacris, Sung Kang, as is director Justin Lin. So yeah, no really details in regards to who she's going to be playing, but it does say here, and I did not know this, Indy, and I don't know if you knew this or not also, but she also did the Portuguese dubbing voice for Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man's Into the Spider-Verse, which was originally voiced by Haley Steinfeld. So I thought that was actually pretty cool to learn about that for her. But it seems as though she's pretty new to Hollywood. I feel like I've actually, her IMDb does show that she's been in a lot of like novellas and soap operas during her time and stuff, and that maybe the Suicide Squad movie was probably like one of the bigger films that she's had as far as like a breakout star here in America. And it definitely seems as though she's certainly getting a lot of roles, certainly since that opportunity. So big things are definitely headed Daniela Melchior's way. Let me throw this to you, Indy. Considering your love, I know, for the Fast and the Furious franchise, how do you think she'll fit into the franchise, and who do you think you could see her playing as, antagonist, protagonist? What are your thoughts in regards to just her being a part of the franchise?
She's definitely going to be an antagonist alongside Aquaman.
Oh, you think so? You think like his partner?
Yeah, because they have way too many people on the hero side.
I guess that's
like
true, yeah.
they're like 15, 16 deep. If they decide to bring John Cena back, Jason Statham, I mean, come on, man, they got way too many big guns over there. So we need to hype up, the other side, and I'm sorry, I have to vent. If I see Vin Diesel outpunch Aquaman like he's done The Rock and John Cena, I'm glad this will be the last movie in the franchise. But no, other than me being willing to take her last name, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with this movie. And I really feel like now you're getting because now it seems like it's the villains who are the unknowns. Before, it used to be, when you watch Fast and Furious movie, it used to be like they used to cast the big people as the villains.
Oh yeah,
Charlize Theron, they Jason Statham, like these guys used to be the villains. Now the villains are cast as unknowns, it seems like. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do with this. I do see her as that because they got literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have almost 10 people on the hero side that never die. They're like invincible. You know,
so you need all the antagonists you can get.
Yes. Yeah. Like they need to just go to the WWE and be like, let me get Becky Lynch. Can I get the Undertaker? What about you, Cesaro? What's Xavier Woods doing? Big E's next, bro. Let's grab him right quick and just have like a plethora of people just to beat up the good guys.
I love it, man. I love it. You're right. I didn't even think about how many just numbers of people a part of the family, and then like their allies on top of that, and anybody that's kind of joined them over all these spin-offs and series and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely a handful. So yeah, you're probably right. She probably will come through as the antagonist, and I'm there for it, man. So shout out to Daniela Mentor for just knocking out some roles, man. I really enjoyed her when it comes to the Suicide Squad. I think out of her, there were definitely two people that really stood out to me, and she was definitely one of them. And I was kind of hoping, when James Gunn mentioned the idea that he was going to go ahead and do some upcoming spin-offs for some of the characters. Ratcatcher 2 was one of the people I really would have loved to have seen a spin-off of, along with Polka Dot Man, if that was to come to real life. But she impressed me that much.
I want a Polka Dot Man prequel so bad.
Me too. I need a Polka Dot Man. I hope that's something that James Gunn is working on. I think just his humor in general will certainly work out for it. Yes. And even looking at something like a Peacemaker, being able to tap into very emotional moments that you wouldn't think John Cena would be able to perform or pull off, especially off of a James Gunn television series. But the fact that they handle emotions so incredibly well, and just based off of Ratcatcher 2's origin story that we saw her talking with Idris Elba in the movie, I would love to see more of it. I honestly would. I would love to see an adventure of hers or not in the future. But regardless, I think Danielle is a special actress. I think she's going to do fantastically well, and a great opportunity for her to be thrusted into another big blockbuster film like this for sure.
Yeah, I'm 110% for it. I think she's amazing. And we need that, especially. I would love a spinoff for her, Ratcatcher #2, especially with how flipping good Peacemaker was.
Yeah, really impressed, man. Yeah. Really impressed. But yeah, guys, definitely go ahead and let us know your thoughts in regards to Daniela joining the Fast and the Furious franchise. Detail says Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher 2 spinoffs would be awesome. I totally agree. Peacemaker versus Black Adam happen. It will be once in a lifetime. I could definitely see Peacemaker season 2 taking some shots at Black Adam, making some comments here or there. I would he definitely had no filter for sure. I loved it.
Yeah, and that fight will last all of 30 seconds. Don't let anything fool y'all. That fight will be over very quickly.
Very quickly. But yeah, guys, hey, look, shout out to everybody that joined us in our midweek edition of APlus Hero Report. Digestible, I feel like. But if anything, listen, if you guys do have any live viewer questions, feel free to go ahead and continue to send them over at any time over to aplusopinions@gmail.com. Again, it's aplusopinions@gmail.com, and we'll definitely go ahead and get to them on Sunday's show for you guys. So yeah, if you read any other articles, theories, speculations, movies you want to talk about, definitely go ahead and let us know. But Indy, I think that's it for us, man. So I think we should wrap up. Where can people find you, man, on social media if they need to?
Guys, you can find me everywhere at Nerd Mix Alpha. Do me a favor, go stream the music. It's still under Indy Uchiha. Green Bay is kind of really hard to copyright, so it's just going to stay Indy Uchiha. Go stream that music, man. Broken Video is out now on Hollow Game Bugs YouTube.
I love it, man. I love it. And also, if you want more indie in your life, Anime Assembled every Saturday morning. Go ahead and check it out. It usually drops 10 a.m., right?
10 a.m.
That's right, for you anime heads out there. But listen, if you guys want to follow us on social media, you can certainly go ahead and do so right up here at APlus Opinions. Very active over on Twitter, along with our main Facebook page, and you can catch us over on Instagram. If you haven't joined us over on our Discord forum community, please go ahead and do yourselves a favor. There is a link in the description box below if you want to go ahead and continue to communicate with us, have discussions with us outside of our YouTube channel. The Discord is a fantastic place to go ahead and join us. So definitely go ahead and do that. And we'll see you guys on Sunday live, noon Central Time. But until then, as always, do us a big favor. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.